Warning: the following opinions and views of the Chrono podcast do not reflect the sport of airsoft as a whole. Viewer discretion is advised. Alrighty, what is up, y'all? I hope you're having a good day. It's October, it's spooky season. Welcome to the third episode of the Chrono podcast. I'm your host, TDL Sasquatch, as per usual. Hope you guys are doing well. We got some good stuff to talk about this episode. Sorry that I got the other episode out a little late. That was squeezed for time, had a lot of stuff happening. Yeah. Well, that's beside the point. I hope you guys are doing well today. Anyway, got some stuff, as I said, to talk about. What's happening in the airsoft world of Spokane? Well, or not Spokane, Yakima, Western Washington State as a whole. I'm getting ahead of myself. Good Lord. Scramble bait. Come on, Squatch. Get back on track. All right. Lost track. All right. Boy, this is a bad intro. Anywho, personal update that has been happening. So, I am building. So, I was gifted a Tokyo Marui VSR10 from Alex Hudson from the Nighthawk paintball community over in Ford, Washington, and that thing needs a lot of work, which, I mean, it's not a bad thing. It's a little project. So, what's going to be happening to it is now I don't need another sniper rifle. What's going to be happening to it is that I'm going to be building this thing up. I just ordered the new trigger unit for it. I got a Maple Leaf 90 degree metal trigger unit. So that's going to be nice for it. And I'm going to get a few other parts for it as well, so it's going to be built up nicely. I'm not going to build up the FPS in joules yet. I'm probably not going to touch the cylinder of it because the cylinder, spring, and piston are just fine. Maybe just, upgraded trigger unit and then upgraded barrel bucking hop. Just make it shoot nice. And whoever... so it's going to be a giveaway item at one of the raffles over at Nighthawk Paintball and Airsoft. That date is to be determined. I'm a little bit pressed for money with that. And as I said before, sniper rifles are a money pit. So I'm just sacrificing this money pit a little bit to give back to the community, especially to somebody who wants to get into the gameplay of sniping. So there's that happening. What's going on with my light? I need to brighten that up. Hopefully it's okay. It's not that bad. Not that bad. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's better lighting there. Perfect. So let's get started with the first topic of what's happening in airsoft. So, it looks like Echo 1 is entered what appears to be a starter M4. So, a YouTuber, I'll link him down below in the comments as well, AST Kilo 23, Andrew Sales. He does very thorough airsoft replica reviews. I would give him a look-see. Check him out on YouTube. Shout out to Andrew Sales. He did a very thorough review on, I think it was, the Specna Echo. I forget what the model's called, but it's actually this model right here. Good starter M4. And he also did another good of review on the Arcturus MK1 LWT. So let's click on this link right here. So I'm on Popular Airsoft, and I'm just scrolling along here. Let's see. There we go. Perfect. So Echo 1 has entered with the M4 P15 AEG. It says here, Echo 1 is a name that's been in the airsoft industry about since I started airsofting in my teens. They've always have been a solid contender. But how does their new AEG, the P15, rank compared to what's on the market now? Enjoy the review, and a big thank you to Jack Precision, who makes Echo 1, I believe, for helping me to make this review. So there's his link right there. I'm not going to click on it, but look up AST Kilo 23, and that's where you will find the review on that gun. Yeah, that's what's happening right there. What's also happening? Oh, if you haven't checked out the video I uploaded before this one that's going to be uploaded, I'm going to try to upload this today. I made a little trailer of the... there we go. I got to remember the keybinds for this. It's been a while. I made a trailer for the Yakima Airsoft Center because, 1, local field, helping them out. 2, great community. And 3, their field expansion is superb. So, playing the indoor field, it was more of like an L shape. And they made a couple of indoor ways to flank around and stuff like that, but there was the blue spawn and the red spawn. And if you have ever played at that field, the red spawn always gets spawn trapped. Well, that's no longer the case with this field expansion. They redid it, and they went hard. So they reduced the retail section to a size that makes sense for the place. So they have a small selection of like some M4s, SMGs, I think an LMG, and 1 sniper rifle. They have a good selection. They've been starting to, I think, stock some Arcturuses and some Specnas. I could be wrong. Check them out on Facebook, or give them a, look-see down at 15 South Front Street in Yakima, downtown, Yakima, Washington. So they reduced the... I'll give you a little sneak peek here. Let's check it out. I made a little trailer, and I'm gonna mute the audio, but let's let me get to okay. So if we look here, so there's me on the outside. That's that classic outside section. It's good battles there. And then, yes, and blacklight gameplay. This was freaking sweet. Blacklight gameplay with a lot of tracer units and stuff like that. Let's fast forward. Okay, here we go. So what they did is they put a big wall to where so that's the front door. This right here is the front door. And this is the small airsoft section to get y'all started, small pistol section. Necessities right there. Necessities. It just makes sense for this field. It's a smaller location. And so this back here on the right used to be section of the store. And that used to be, more retail area, another staging area, stuff like that. So this used to be the old staging area. Now it's a section of the field. It's a good flanking route. What's great is that the flanking routes have increased, and it's a lot more balanced, in my opinion. It's been killer. It's been thoroughly killer. So yeah, that's happened to the Yakima Airsoft Center. Give them a check them out. Great place. Yeah. So that is pretty much news that's happened lately. Oh yeah, Airsoft Con's happening in at Evike over in California. The Soup Squad. Shout out to you guys. I don't have a link to anything for you guys, but y'all are over there. And I know Alex is, and Alan, and Meeseeks. Meeseeks shot a picture with Chris, the Swamp Sniper, which is pretty cool. What's really cool is that he is on, Nighthawk Paintball and Airsoft is on Swamp Sniper's radar. From what I have heard, is that they were going to come over and check out the Fallout event that's happening this coming April, but due to personal reasons and just personal stuff that came up, which usually, that happens. Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to make it, but he has Nighthawk on his radar, which is really cool, and that's great for the whole sport of airsoft here in the state, which I think is great. And hopefully he'll be able to check out other fields too. Drink your water. That's another big thing of the sport. Drink your water. Can't get enough of that. All right. So let's get to the field shout out, shall we? So another field. I've never played at this field before, but it is a popular contender in the Spokane world of airsoft alongside Nighthawk Paintball and Airsoft. This is going to be Pegasus Milsim. Now, Pegasus Milsim is about us. There we go. Here we go. I think one of these guys is Rob. I think that's Rob right there. Pegasus Airsoft is committed to producing quality events for both recreational and Milsim, military simulation, hence our name, airsoft enthusiasts across the inland Northwest. We have been hosting events across eastern Washington and North Idaho for more than a decade and pride ourselves on being a veteran-owned and operated organization that strives to provide a safe environment for recreational use of airsoft replicas. We host events once a month on a property in western Spokane County, approximately 20 minutes from Airway Heights. Field, quality, not quantity, professional staff. Cool. Let's take a look at the field. So, from what I've heard from the TDL crew, it's very linear. It's a very linear, like, shoot house, Call of Duty type vibe, but probably not the size of shoot house, probably a bit bigger. Directions to the field, Pegasus Milsim. So this is the field right here. So that's pretty cool. So looks like some trenches, some foxholes, buildings, a little town. I got a couple wreckage helicopters, some dirt berms and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. Awesome. Guns and chicken. So they host once a month. I will link this down in the description below if you guys want to check them out a bit more. They're very adamant on safety as well, it looks like. It looks like they got a store, too. Oh, I can't get to it. And then they got a community page on Facebook and stuff like that, too. Just search up Pegasus Milsim on Google or check them out on Facebook. So, I have yet to play at this field, but I've heard good things about it. Yeah. I heard it's a DMR haven. So, I'll leave it at that. Some upcoming games that are happening. So, of course, there are weekly games that are happening at Yakima Airsoft Center. And as well as I think the Mid-Columbia Airsoft Club. Look them up on Facebook. That's where you'll find them. I don't have a lot of links to Yeah. I don't have easy access. They're pretty private. They're pretty private. Not the most of networking of events unless you're part of the server. So that's where you'll find most of their information. Um, let's see. I am actually in their Discord, so let's see if they have any one event. So okay, so at Hover Park at 11:30, no 8:30, November 3rd of November, of course. Finally, a Sunday game for all those who requested. Safety brief will be exactly 8:30. Load your mags and pack up the night before so you don't have to worry about them when you arrive at the field. So, Facebook page, all that stuff, you will find all the information there. I'll leave a Facebook link. Let's see. Let's look them up. So, just a quick look-see. This is the place that you will find. They're primarily in Kennewick, but the Hover Park is around Benton City, Kennewick, around there. That's where you'll find that airsofting. Another game that's happening is this weekend is the Zombie Night Command and Conquer at Nighthawk Paintball and Airsoft. Now this one is an interesting one because Friday night it's Zombie Night, and I know that they are decking out the field and decking out the field in Halloween decorations and such. And the Zombie Night, it's springers, jelly ball stuff. Something that's low powered to shoot zombies. It's very fun. Bring a flashlight, bring your water. Great times. As well as Saturday will be the regular Command and Conquer game of that week. Check that out. It's a good time. Especially if you like a night game scenario type stuff, survival. It's a zombie game. It's pretty cool. Especially when you hear like the COD zombies noise in the dark and you don't know where it's coming from. It's pretty scary. Very, very scary. As well as November 16th is a great turkey hunt. And what's awesome is that it's a canned food drive, and I believe it's every 3 cans that you provide is an extra raffle ticket for the raffle at the end. Check that out. Definitely. And then weather permitting, it's the Grinch versus Santa in December and so forth. And then I think, January 20th is Family Day. So more airsoft there. Probably some snowsoft. So I might try to make it out there for the ghillie. There might be a Stalingrad game as well. So we'll check that out. But yeah. Another game that's coming up that I came across. So this is World War II airsofting. And it is a group that is primarily about, let's see. There's the phone number right there. I believe it's Elias that leads it. They got a few events that are happening, as well as some videos on here. So this is the one event that I was looking at. Oh boy. So I can't click on it bigger, but this is an all-inclusive explanation on what to expect and what to pay. Let's see more. The Northwest World War II Airsoft Corps Silo Heights 2024. November 1st through the 3rd main day and main event the 2nd of November. This is the largest World War II Airsoft Milsim event in the United States, possibly the world. It is like nothing else. Quiet, literally one-of-a-kind experience. The level of intensity is insane. This event takes 6 months to plan and set up, plus $20,000 to put in. Holy cow. The event is a realistic World War II extremely intense combat scenario involving a minimum of 8 full-size military vehicles going full swing, trying to kill each other. 60 spots are available to play. Over $1,000 in price, mostly original or high-quality custom replica World War II equipment, including medals, weaponry, and gear. Schedule, Friday, November 1st. Gates open at 7 o'clock. People get geared up and prepped. Anything that needs to be prepped by 10. If any full vehicle crews show up, we will be doing training on the heavy weapons and vehicles. Noon is safety briefing, full day play. If at all possible, there needs to be a minimum of 10 people there to play. Otherwise, we will do prep work and setting up the game for the next day. There will be an extra bonus for anybody who shows up the first day, $50 off anything you lose or break throughout the weekend, and if you don't use it in future events. Games end at 6 with possible night depending on how many people have. Wow. So this is hardcore World War II Milsim. Check this out, guys. Check out World War II airsofting on Facebook. I've seen the Warhawk tank from Nighthawk. They did a. I say Nighthawk a lot, guys. That's one of my home fields, so that's behind that. That's why I talk about them a lot. Love the place. So the Warhawk tank, I actually did a video of that as well. Check out below on my YouTube. Oh yes. Also, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment for below. Tell me what you think about this episode and all my other videos and so forth. I really appreciate it. They had a Warhawk tank, of course, in this event, and it was awesome seeing that little in-crew behind the scenes during this event. But yeah, these guys go all out. They go all out. So if that's something that you were into, check it out, November 1st. More details to follow in that Facebook page. So yeah, this is a very quick episode. I apologize. The other episode was like an hour 45. This might be a 40-minute episode. We'll see. Water. The best drink. So, I want to talk about something that everybody in the airsoft world knows about. And, Evike.com. They are the biggest store here in the U.S. They got good stuff on there. Okay? But they got a lot of... I'm just going to say, they got a lot of trash. They got a lot of trash. The Epic Deals page is a good example of that. So, watch out for that. Even though you think you're getting a good deal, it's probably not going to last as long as something that's made of quality. So, the main reason why that they have the Epic Deals page is that way they can move stock for fresh stuff. And, yeah, right here, the Epic Deals. And what's funny is that it reflects quality control items as well. And from what I've heard, Crytek has really dropped the ball in quality control. Unfortunately, it's almost comparable to frickin' Lancer. I hate to say it. Yeah, almost comparable to Lancer. That's terrible. That's bad. Because my fiance, she has a Crytek. She's got a Vector, and it's a fantastic replica. But this is strange to see on the Epic Deals. So this might be just a little segment of Epic. We'll call it Epic Deal filtering. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So also, local places over here in the state, if you're able to get access to those, they probably have a better quality selection than what you will find online. So, yeah. AGM, very mediocre. 6mm Pro Shop, I don't know about them. EMG. Ugh. Stay away from this. Stay away. Stay away. F1 Fire, EMG F1. Ugh. EMG TTI. Ugh. Even though it's like, oh, John Wick gun. It's the Combat the Master from John Wick 3. Um, that's the Yakima Airsoft Center Discord going off. Well, Classic Army. That's not. Oh, it's the double barrel. I've never tried one of those. I don't know about that. If it says Strike Industries, if you guys remember the last episode, me talking about Toons' Abomination, which is TDL Toons, our other guy. He had a Strike Industries M4 and one kaput within the second round of playing with it. And that's a $600 custom gun. And it just broke. And then he repaired all the AEG internals in it again, and then that broke. And now he's got a Polar Star Jack swapped into it. And he's probably more than over $1,000 into that replica. So don't be Toons. I love you, buddy, but don't be like Toons. That thing is a ripper now, though. The externals are awesome. The externals are really good, but inside you're just setting you up for failure for something that's way overpriced. I mean, this is less. This is less, but stay away. I can't. I love this. If you get into the X9, ARP9 stuff, it's fantastic. I love them. But yeah, Cybergun, Matrix is hit or miss. I will be a little bit biased because I like the Falcon Beta. It's a great MK23. WeTech. So there's some guys that have their WeTechs and they just leave them alone and they work fine. But if you want to customize them, go with Tokyo Marui. But yeah, the reason it's almost a trash compactor for moving stock. So stay away. Fishing deals? I forgot they had fishing stuff on here. Oh my. Okay. That's beside the point. The box of awesomeness as well, I would stay away from. Unless you get something good that you can flip and resell, or if it's something decent. But for the most part, most of the common stuff is going to be ass. It's going to be booty. And it's bound to fail. I hate to say it. It's another way of them to move their stock around and get fresh stuff in. So, check out a lot of the local merchants. Check out my previous video. I talk about them a little bit. Yeah. So, Nomad Airsoft, Norwest Airsoft, Yakima Airsoft Center. Check them out. Some local stores here on the east side. Not too keen on airsoft stores on the west, but they're there. Sales and clearance. I mean, you got to be careful. This is what it is. Yes, custom-built Strike Industries. Stay away from this. Holy Toledo. Why? Yeah, no reviews yet because you don't want them to tank your reviews. That was another thing. ICS has been disappointing, especially with their split gearboxes and the M4s and then the Tomahawk. Straight up disappointing. But yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Stay away from this stuff. Just because it's very expensive doesn't mean it's good. Like, you're setting up for failure. I will talk about other good brands of replicas. So let's go into airsoft rifles, M4s, M4 carbine. Maybe. I don't know. Yes. Any of these Arcturuses are going to be good. Seriously. Classic Army. Also going to be decent as well. You see this at Big 5. Stay away. Look at this. Oh, it's a spring powered. That actually might be fun. SEMA, decent, good quality guns. They might be noisy, a little bit clunky, but they're not going to fail on you. Stay away from double bell, double eagle, DITAC. I don't know about DITAC. ASG, I don't know. Anywho, I've talked about brands that are good and bad as well. Yeah, no. Just be wary of what you buy online. Seriously. A like I said, Evike's got great stuff. They got great stuff. Another website I like to go on for online purchases is this place right here. I enjoy Amped Airsoft, especially when it comes to HPA parts and stuff. They also have a decent selection of high kappa parts. And I mean, you got your custom builds too. Ooh, wowee. And a lot of these colorful candy looking items as well. So it's your high kappa parts. You got HPA parts. Got a good HPA section. This is where I get a lot of my silverback parts as well. So, definitely Amped Airsoft. Check them out. You can find all of this on Google. I'm going to leave you guys to it. I don't have to link it. Just pay attention. Like what Scotty K Fitness says. Pay attention. Oh, yeah. And, concealment. Kicking Mustang stuff. I mean, it's decent if you want to look like a walking salad. Like a bush. Remember, oh, that's my Twitch. Hashtag shameless plug. No matter where you're at, just pay attention to your environment when you're trying to conceal yourself. So, another thing I want to talk about is swap meets. And we've had a lack of swap meets here in the state. Reason being is that, I mean, there's not a lot of good places to have them. Or any adequate places. There have been swap meets that have taken in personal residence. I'm not going to name names, but personally, I don't think that's wise. When you have a bunch of strangers in your house, well, I wouldn't say in your house or around your property. I'm not saying they'll walk into your property, but you never know. In this day and age, you can't trust people, which is sad. It sucks. I would love to have, at a legit airsoft field somewhere, to have a regular swap meet. What's great about that is that it helps grow the community, as well as your chance to, trade to get some cool stuff. There was a recent U.S. Airsoft video, and Scott Hollenbach said, I don't think it was Scott Hollenbach, it was somebody that was in his video. They said, bring cash along with, what you want to trade, because cash helps, get that stuff going. And, I mean, tradesies, selling your old airsoft gear that's just sitting in the closet that you don't need, it helps, and it gives some, there might be a kid that's getting into the sport and he can't afford a good replica right away. So, I mean, that's a good way to, it's like meet up private yard sale. But yeah, no, let me know down below if you guys would like to, try and organize a professionally organized, swap meet. I mean, I know there have been stuff at, maybe Nighthawk Airsoft, but that's, just a pop-up swap meet. And that's great, too. And that's a great place to have it. If they could organize a regular swap meet, that'd be awesome. But, yeah. No, having, a regular centralized area for it would be awesome for the state and make it, a big annual thing. And, whoever is interested, get in contact with me. shoot me up on Instagram, on the YouTubes, wherever. You know where to find me. All my socials are linked on the YouTube channel. Maybe we can get something going. That would be awesome for the sport. It would be thoroughly awesome. And hell, I got stuff that, I mean, I use, but it's like I got stuff that's just sitting here that is not being used. But yeah, let me know down below what y'all think. But yeah, that's all we have to talk about for today. I know it's a little. Hi, Mimi. That's my kitty. Let me know down below what you think. More longer episodes to come. I wanted to just. This might be like a short filler episode. It was kind of rushed, but I wanted to be consistent with the podcast and so forth, stuff like that. Yeah. There was a couple people at the last event that I was at that were like, "Oh, you're the podcast guy," and I was like, "Yeah." And they're like, "We really thoroughly enjoyed the podcast episode, especially the first episode." And I think one of them was a first timer of airsofting, and I saw him with an M4, and I'm like, "Buddy, you are all set to go. You're ready to go rock the house." So it's a good feeling to see that for the sport. And that's, I want to keep this podcast going consistently as much as I can. So, but yeah, I think that's all I have to say. Hopefully to see some of you at the turkey hunt event that is going to be going on the 16th. Yeah, and at the Airsoft Center you might see me, or one of the SNOS games is happening over in Yakima. I'm going to be editing another little sniper vid as well. So keep your eyes peeled for that. So without further ado, thank you all so much for tuning in to the Airsoft Chrono podcast. And I will talk to you guys later. Have a good one and peace. Oh, hello. Which one? Oh, which button? Okay.